Solomon,
Yes,
how are you
sir.
doing? How are you doing?
I think I'm getting back to life.
You getting back to life?
Yes.
I've been waiting. I've been eagerly waiting to do this. I've been waiting so long. You made me wait so long to have to do
Listen,
this.
I just had to clean some things up. So when you clean things up, it takes a little time to get the process done properly. But I apologize for taking time though.
Yeah, you but you're here now.
Yes, sir.
Um, Congratulations for breaking
Thank you,
through.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Guys, I don't know if you know Solomon's story. You guys see him, he's always on here, right? Right. He's always at the evening classes, right? Every time he's always on. And I had high hopes for this guy, right? I just knew he was gonna take off right away, um, and do great, and he did. He took off. You did too well, right?
Yes, sir.
um, a lot of success. And I always I look at trading like sport, like any other sport, right? Um, because it is challenging. It's very challenging, right? So I remember you started off, you had a lot of success, right? You were trading. You didn't quite figure it all out, but you were trading. And
Yep.
I say Solomon has a heavy foot, right? So he likes to trade large amounts. I mean, large amounts, right? What was the largest amount, dollar wise, you put on a trade? The largest
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah. So like for what you call it? For options,
Yeah.
I make deposit like 2,000 by like one option contract of Tesla and Meta and buy some others couple ones on what you call it, stock bus.
Uh-huh.
And I was getting lucky, I would say, and it was just going, it's going. Then until like that came into Forex. At that time I wasn't trading Forex, and you were like you want to play with scalper too.
Mm-hmm.
And I started and like I tried, but option sales to get in, I was making profit there, but I didn't know how to manage it.
Yeah.
Then I came to scalper. When I was trading scalper, I bought another 2K, and that was in May, June. When you say that, the slogan you said may go away and all that. So that was the ending of before traders wait for October,
Mm-hmm.
and market was rallying up that time. I got lucky. I put 2K. It went to like 8K, 9K, and I was like,
That's
oh, okay.
2000 on one trade or several trades?
I own a couple trades, pound yen, US 30. I wasn't doing no nuts that time. Pound yen, Swiss yen, um, um, pound dollar. So I had like 4 or 5 forex trade. Yeah, pound dollar, euro dollar, um, pound yen,
Uh-huh.
and Swiss yen. Then US 30.
And then you put on
So
how
those
much?
four,
Those four, how much
2K,
capital? How much? 2,000
2K. Yeah, and it went to 8K in like 2, 3 days.
went to 8,000. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, if that's this how it works, then I could just um turn it to 2K, 10K every week. And that was when I got started getting messed up. And that messed me up for like since May to just recently. I started cleaning things up because I was forcing same 2K with that same profit I made. I was sending back to the market 2K trying to make 10. 2K trying to make 10. Never worked.
Never
Trying to
worked.
make 10. Never worked. Then after burning all those profits, I started using my own money too. Never worked. Burn almost like 10 to how much, you know? Then I was like, then
So you went to 10.
then
Was that the highest amount you went to? 10,000 in your what you made?
okay, no, so that first 2K was for the pound dollar, pound yen, euro dollar, and US 30. Yeah,
Mhm.
so the ISE took it like I that trade was 2 to 10.
Okay. Okay. 2 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So when I experienced that, then I was like, oh, if that's how it works, I want to duplicate it. And I took all those profits and I put it 2K. It never went well. that time I was also trying to do pound yen that you were trying to assist me with. I bought like 4 lots,
I
and
remember that.
yeah, I messed up there.
You
I,
guys, Solomon called me. It was I think at 11 p.m. and he says, I need your help with this trade. All right. And he was stuck. He was stuck in this trade. I think it was stuck between support and resistance, and you were in it heavy.
yep.
And I was up. I think I said, Solomon, just go to sleep. I'll try to help you manage it.
Right.
That whole night, I don't think I got any sleep watching you,
No.
trying to help you with that trade. I think we
Took
stayed
a day and a half.
a day and a half, almost 2 days, trying to manage him out of that trade.
Managed it like almost like 3K loss or
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, very difficult trading. But you learn, right? You learn from that, right? But
Out of the way.
you hadn't reached your bottom yet.
Yep.
Even with that, you hadn't reached your bottom.
Mm-mm.
So when did you
I,
reach your when you reach your it's like an alcoholic, right? Or when you sometimes we have to reach our bottom before we can
mhm.
start moving high. I know we laugh about it, but when you in it, right? And it's your real money, it's not pretty. Because I remember Solomon says, he called me up. He said, I'm done. I quit.
Yep.
I don't want to
Because
do
I bought my old money and my savings. I took 2K from my brother and I bought everything and I started doing side gigs, started doing deliveries, and that's when I was like, that's not what I planned.
Was that your bottom? Was that your bottom?
Yeah, because I burnt out my savings about almost 15 or 20. I took 2K or 3K from my brother again. I put in the market. I was just trying to. And it was just that bad mindset of trying to do 2K to 10K each week or something, you know. So that and also the way I traded pound yen, you know, I didn't understand that pound yen takes time to develop, but when it develops, it moves. Just like the other 3 days ago when pound yen took off, it had like 80 pips in just one day, and today, as a last night, no, as the middle of this morning to somewhere around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. to the end of close of market again like 138 pips. So it takes time to gather itself up, but if it does move, it's the most moving pair in forex.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah. So
absolutely.
I learned my lesson when I had $0, and I was Mr. David said it plenty times.
You
He
learn
sent me
you
screenshots.
learn. So you learn. Wait a second. Don't just go past this. You learned your lesson when you had $0, right? So you had no money left in your account. That's when you
Mm-mm,
learned your lesson.
mm-mm. Yep. And I freaking when I also bought my system in last year November, I was like, yeah, I will just make the profit of what do you call it, of the market, and I used my credit card. And since then, even though I had the money, I should pay it back to my credit card. I never did. I bought all my money. I left credit card not paid, all that stuff, and I was like, I have to really put my head in it.
And we were doing your coaching. Boy, those were some hard coaching classes, right? I don't
Yep.
think you didn't look forward to it. I didn't look forward to it. It was a tough conversations, right? Tough
Yep.
conversation, right? Tough
Yes, sir.
conversations. Um, boy, and now here we are. Here we are. So Solomon called me up today, and what Solomon have coaching with us. We do, and I do it with several of the traders where we do 6 months coaching, every week for 6 months. Okay, and you're on your second 6 months of coaching. Okay,
Right.
so we've gotten to know each other really well, right?
Yes,
Really
sir.
well. Okay. Um, so I told Solomon, I said, just we can't meet every week because we're not accomplishing anything, right?
Yep.
He really wasn't trading a lot. So I said, hey, you're gonna burn through your coaching sessions. All right, let's do once a month. All right, let's do once a month. Take some time, trade lightly or not trade at all, just to kind of give yourself a break. and and you know, you work with Dean. Spend some time with Dean, working with Dean,
Yep.
and then we were talking about small accounts. The way we want to trade is by taking a small, because what you had been trying to do is take a large amount, $2,000, right, and make 10,000 and so forth, right? So we talked
Yes,
about
sir.
taking a small amount, right, $100, $200, and use that to make 2,000, 3,000, right? All right. And you had been working on that, struggling on
Yep.
that, because it's a very different, isn't it? Very different concept, right? Because you don't
Yep.
have a
Yep.
lot of capital. To,
Yep.
a couple of $100 is not a lot of capital to work with.
Difficult to trade with, and sizing and all that stuff, and
Right.
patience.
You have to be really accurate, right? You have to be
Yes.
really accurate. So how was that process working, doing that, working on a small amount? Because we know a large amount of capital, you couldn't do that anymore because you were burning through large amounts of capital, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
And a lot of traders do that. We just don't hear. You were honest enough. You were honest enough, right? To talk about it. Most traders, they don't want to talk about it, right? They hide it, right? Right. That's, that's what we do, right? We hide our what we think is failures. It's really not failures, right? It's not a failure is a success turned upside down, right? Or inside.
Right. Yes, sir.
So how did you uh, tell tell us about that process that you went through where you were trading large amounts, and for a while that went really well, all right, to now having to go back all the way down, right, all the way down, and now start all over again. How was that?
So, starting with a large amounts to now trading small accounts was a process of just trying to let me learn about myself in the trading environment, you know. And as they say, the trading is the best teacher. It teaches you, even teaches you more than how you know yourself, discipline, patience and strategy and all that stuff. Like some even characters that you don't know about yourself, you will learn it from trading. I never knew I was greedy till the market taught me. I like every time I'm like, there's always a spirit. Oh, execute trade. I'll like, and there was a time Mr. David would be like, "Oh, show me your trading." And on the same day, maybe in the US 30, I plot like 50 US trade, and I'm like, "How's that even possible?" And it never made sense to me until Mr. David was like, "Okay, let's look at the chart. Let us see if we can plot out like 50 trades out of this chart." And now, like, we don't see you know, even three trades, maybe two smooth trades that, had occurred on the trade and on the market day. So I was like, okay, that really makes sense. I think I was just probably even because, making that kind of profit. So when I started earlier, um, it kind of drive me into also more or less like also gambling in the market because if I was a gambling, I want to execute like 50 trades,
Yeah.
in a single day. So I'm really liking the candles like looking like it's, going heavy or moving fast, and I'm like in without even no signals, trying to catch a quick move. And that really bounced on me. So um I'm very grateful, like I don't need to use big capitals to make trades anymore because I think small capitals let you actually do the process. I can, even if I have a lot of money, I'd rather just keep it in my regular saving and do the work and just use a small capital to um go to a bigger capital. Because at that point, the money I have in my saving will make me be relaxed to take my time to execute trade and also take my time to do the to get into the process. But when I'm trying to trade a large capital, that means I'm trading for profit. I'm not trying to do the process. I'm just trying to make money. And sometimes, and as they say, doing the process right is what brings the reward, not trying to make money. You get what I mean? So, um, taking my time, I have, as far as I know that I have enough money somewhere, and I'm not just putting it into the market and just trying to trade like freaking 10,000 to 50,000, and rather just work with the small capital and go through the process, step by step. It's more relaxing because I know I'm not broke and I do have it, and I'm willing to fail, on the small capital till I get it right, instead of bringing a big capital and trying to burn it, and not learn the process, because big capital attracts you to just want to make money and not trade the process or trade the signals.
Yeah, you're not trading, you're gambling then, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So every, so once a week, Solomon will, he'll always touch base with me and I'll ask him, how you doing? How was your day?
yep.
How was your day? And then he'll go silent. All right.
I'm like, I'm just flat. I'm just in the middle.
So he
That's
calls me,
always my response.
he calls me today and I said, so Solomon, how are you? How are you doing? How was your week? Good. How's your trading? He said, it's good. I said, well, um, is it really good? He said, yeah. So this is what I wanted to hear. It took a long time, and every one of us, guys, it took me about 10 years to get this right. So a little over a year is not a big deal, right?
Yeah,
So this is what I wanted to hear for a long time, right? You're now actually trading. You're actually trading now. Okay. So you kept what, $200 in your account. You said,
yeah,
okay, that's all I'm going to trade, $200, right? And what happened? You traded, you kept that in your account, and
yeah,
you've been trading, right? So how,
yeah,
and you guys, Solomon took that. Listen now, listen to his experience. Because a lot of times we think, well, hey, I'm just going to get into this market. We all do it, right? We're going to make all of this money, all right? And we're going to make it right away, all right? Or the other thing happens that, hey, we come in and we think, wait, we're not cut out for this. We're not going to do well, and we don't trade heavy when we need to, right? We just trade a small amount, and we never really progress, because at some point we need to, you know, move higher and trade more, right? Solomon was the reverse, right? He traded high. No, we needed to bring him back down. So I'm going to have you tell everyone. So you started now, not 2,000, not
no,
$2,000,
$200. Yeah,
$200. And what
on
did you
Monday.
on this is on Monday. On
Yeah,
Monday. This is
yeah,
Friday now, so this is on Monday. You took $200. And what did you do with your trading
yeah.
with that
So
$200?
earlier when I called you, I was I'd been working on the 200, and I was up to 1,600 this morning. But before the end of the close of the market, I closed out with 2,500. So 200 to 25 for the week.
Are you kidding me? Are
Yep.
you?
So
Because when you called me, it was at you said 1,600,
yeah,
1,600.
yeah,
All right. So you closed at 2,500,
yeah,
2,500 for the week,
yeah.
and you started with $200.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was on the US, the NAS, New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, and pound yen. Just those five.
With
So I got lucky, like they were ready to move this week. Mr. David, look at New Zealand dollar and pound dollar
New Zealand dollar. Hold on.
and pound dollar.
New Zealand dollar. Let me pull it up here. $2,200. So how does it feel now? How does it feel?
It feels like I should keep it. I'm motivated to keep using smart account right now.
So you're not going to the $2,500. You're not going to trade that.
Heck no. That's stupid. Heck no. I'll take my time, play around, do the 200, let it go to 500,
Okay.
600, 700. I ain't not bringing off 700 to give some traders free money.
So which symbol you want to take a look at here?
Aussie dollar?
Aussie, Aussie dollar,
Yeah.
Aussie dollar, which is right. Aussie dollar right here, right?
240. Yeah, exactly on the buy signal.
Right here on the buy signal. So
Yeah.
you got in here.
Yep.
All right. Are you still in it?
No, no, I got out.
You got out.
But I
Okay.
shouldn't, but I got out.
You traded the move. And which other one you
Yeah.
did? You traded which other
Um, New Zealand dollar.
New
I got
Zealand
out to the
dollar?
break of the resistance.
Oh, look at that. All right. And you just traded you
Ask
are
a
you using
question.
yes, Mary. Go ahead, Mary.
I'm curious, when you say you traded the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar, how much were you putting on each?
So I put on the New Zealand or the Aussie dollar just 0.30, and I made like 220 of it
So
from the buy
Solomon,
signal.
so Solomon, so you're $200. So I want
Yeah.
everyone to, because I have an example on the site that I showed you
Okay.
guys how I used $50, then added to about $600, and we took that and okay. So the $200
Right.
you started with on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Um, you couldn't trade the US 30 or the NAS 100.
No, no. I was earning like up to like 1,000, maybe 100 before I go in on US and NAS.
Okay,
So I
so
only stayed on scalper with those three trades, and that's why it's 0.030.
okay,
Because NAS and US will kill me out.
yes,
So
yes,
in luckily for me, it was moving for the New Zealand and Aussie. And I double sized on the New Zealand though, because I went to
okay,
look at it on the daily. It had white candle trying to go green, so I went double on that one because I know it's gonna move. There's nothing that
yes,
would not make it move. So I bought
yes,
like 0.30 two times.
okay,
So that's 200 two places. That's almost like 400, 500.
good,
Then then for the Aussie dollar was only one position, 0.302.
okay,
And that also moved, that was like about 200 and something, so that made it like 600 already. Then
okay,
I went on the NAS. I first did like a 0.01 and
okay.
0.01,
And
even
what
just with the
size? What
month.
was your capital? What did you grow your capital size to at that point? 1100 to get on the
Yes,
NAS?
1100. Yeah,
1100.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
from your
And
initial 200, yeah.
yep. So on the NAS, then I first took 0.01. That was yesterday, and just made like 100 and something. Then
Okay,
I closed it out. Then this morning I put the same 0.01 on NAS. Then it spiked up. That's right before the market opened. That was somewhere around 8 o'clock. Yeah, an
okay.
hour to the market opening. Then it spiked up. That was like $140 with the 0.01. Then that's when I saw like the account was LD to execute US 30 and NAS. So and I put in like US 30 0.5, then NAS 0.4 for the rest of the day. Then I
And you
got
just
out.
kept banking profits, banking profits, banking profits,
Yeah, I
banking
was
profits,
scaling.
scaling and scaling,
Yeah,
scaling up.
yeah.
So Monday, guys, listen now. Monday,
It was only on
uh,
Forex.
so
Monday to
Monday,
like about Wednesday, Thursday. Monday to Wednesday.
Monday to Wednesday, you were doing 4x.
Yeah,
So you build the account with Monster Scalper,
yeah.
and then Thursday,
Thursday.
Friday, US 30, NAS 100 to get it
Yep.
over. So 4x got it. Monster Scalper got it to what? About 1100, 1200,
Yeah, mustard. Yeah, 1100
but
with
1100.
the yeah
And then NAS 100, US 30 got it to 20 up to the about
25.
2500,
Yeah.
2500. Amazing,
Thank you, Mr.
amazing,
David.
amazing trading, amazing job. And the thing is, guess what? you hit your rock bottom. You hit your rock bottom in trading. So now there's nothing but upside from here. All right.
So, David,
Yes, Mary.
for those of us who are still taking baby steps, I presume this involves options or something. Could you explain that a little to me?
Well, you know, so you trade in Monster Scalper, right? You trade in Monster Scalper. So stay with Monster Scalper. You don't need to. So Solomon started with Sniper Trader, so he was trading options, right?
Yeah, that was back then. I'm not trading sniper right now, but maybe later. I
Yeah.
haven't traded sniper for a while.
And it's not the market, it's not the type of trading, it's what he was doing. All
The
right. He
execution.
wasn't really trading, he was gambling, like he said, right? Almost gambling, right? So he was trading large amounts, all right, large amounts, Mary, $2,000. So he would put, he would have $2,000 on 3 and 4 trades. So if it
But
just goes,
I'm trying to understand, okay, with now his new strategy of using smaller amounts, I'm trying to understand how the small amounts would move from the 200 to the 1600.
yeah. So
So
go ahead, Solomon.
so I think they gave a signal on Aussie dollar like almost 4 days ago, which was on a Tuesday, and New Zealand dollar on the 240. They were like buy signals, and I got in on those ones, and I only went from like 0.30. 0.30. I didn't buy no one lot size, or like it's a small amount. And I let the first I let it moved a little bit. So when I had low fund, then I bought a second 0.30 on New Zealand dollar, looking at the chart, and I saw like it had a lot of potential. And that was like scaling inside the Forex too. You get what I mean?
So Mary, what he's
Yes.
doing, yeah. So what he's doing as he's scaling up, right? So as his position gets into profit, right? As he's breaking, let's say, resistance, right, in the markup phase, he just adds a bit more, right? He just scales up. So he's adding, so he's building position. So rather than taking one position, right? What taking one position all the way from open to close, all right, from your buy signal to your sell signal, between that buy and sell, your entry and your exit, as it's in the markup phase, he's adding positions, but he's doing it smart, in a smart way, right? So he's not adding big amounts, he's just smart
No,
in small
not the
amounts.
0.5,
Yeah, just to
0.3. Yeah.
increase the size slowly to the point where he got his account from $200 to $1,200, all right, using Monster Scalper. And then he started now using US 30 NAS 100 because they require more capital to trade. All right. And then he did that, which is absolutely what we want to do. It's absolutely the thing we want to do. Okay. We want to use the broker's money, the broker's capital. Okay. So what he's doing, he's taking his profits, building his account. And as he builds his account larger, he's putting on more leverage, right? More leverage with the faster market, which is futures, the US 30 and the NAS 100. So imagine that. And this is what I try to teach you guys to do. We have to slow things down. We have to almost get to the point where there is a thought process that we think when we start trading, that we have this idea that trading is one thing. Okay. But the reality is that trading it's not what we think it is. Okay. So our goal, and this is what he's doing really well. A lot of our traders do really well at this. Some of our traders will trade larger amounts. Okay. And that's fine too. That's fine too. For Solomon, it didn't work. It just didn't work. And he tried at it. And when it did work, it worked for a short period of time. Okay. What he's doing now, he will always think of what he's doing as he's teaching himself how to fish. Right? He's learning how to fish rather than going to the store and buying fish. All right. So he's got $200. We can all get $200, right? We can always find $200, right? All of us, we can find $200. $2,000 might be difficult. $2,000, you burn through $2,000, right? It's going to be tough to find another $2,000. And it's going to be tough to do that 4 or 5 times. But $200, right? We can all come up with $200. So what he was able to do this week, and this is why this is amazing, and I'm so happy for him, is that he was able to take $200 and turn that to $2,500. What he was doing before, he would take $2,000 and turn that into $200.
And I did well.
And you did that. Oh, you did that a few times, right?
A lot of time.
Yeah,
all the way from like 6 months, I think.
Yeah, you kept on taking $2,000 and you kept on taking $200, right? No wonder you wanted to quit, right? But that we can only do that so long.
Right.
Now, guys, he's taking $200, and
so what strikes me there is the idea of adding to a position, because my sense has been, if I take my $200 and I stake 50 on one pair and put 50 on another pair, and I almost distribute it all and then hope that each pair does well without adding anything to each pair.
Yeah. So the thing is this, right? Understanding how, the velocity of money. All right. So yes. So what you're doing when you spread it across several pairs, you reducing your risk, but you're really you're not really growing the trade. So what he's doing, all right. So what you're doing, Mary, you're taking 50 here, 50 here, and you're kind of spreading it around. All right. Yeah. You will make money. It won't be a lot, but you will lose money and it won't be a lot either. All right.
Right.
Right. What Suleman did before, he would make a lot and lose a lot. Right. Now what he's doing is he's finding, you notice he said he found the Aussie dollar, right? The New Zealand dollar, right? He traded the pound yen, he traded the NAS 100 and the US 30. So he's not spread. So what he's doing, he's finding those pairs
they're ready to move.
That's moving.
Ready to move.
That's ready to move. That's moving. And then he starts trading it, right? And he keeps adding on that move. So he's trading the move, right? He's finding specific pairs, right? Specific instruments, and he's trading that move, right? So he's like a lion, right? Just waiting for that gazelle. And then he just gets on, but then he's quick, right? So he knows, okay, I'm going to get in here, get out here, take my profits. And he's aware now. And he's aware that his goal now is to take that $200 and build it, turn it to 500, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, okay? And he's forced to do that because he's out of capital, all right? He's forced to do that, so he's forced to pay attention. He's forced to learn. He's forced to dig deep inside. Like I said, it's just like an athlete, right? An athlete like Tom Brady, right? All the best, Michael Jordan, right? They've got to, you can do it. I can do it. None of us can do it for him, and vice versa, right? So he's had to dig deep, right? To put in the work. That's why I said he's always on here. He's always on here. You guys see him. He's always on here, right? And you don't see what he does when we're not around, but he's working, watching the charts, right? Practicing, right? and so what he's doing, Mary, so what you're doing now, which is okay, you still learn, everyone is different. You will, you will, one day it will click. But what he's using is using the velocity of money. Okay. So he's finding those pairs, right? Rather than spreading his risk around, all right, he is minimizing his risk by using a small amount of capital, right? Small amount of capital, but boy, when it's ready, there he is, and he's going for it. All right.
Yeah.
Louis, you had a question?
Yes, David. So, do you think should I add more money into my trade right now so it might increase, or what do you think?
No. What you're doing
Oh,
is perfect. Yeah, what you're doing. So what you are at a whole different level. Okay. All right. What you have to do, Louis, is just find the trades like you did with New Zealand yen,
mhm.
enter, and now you have to hold it until the end. All right.
Until
You
Okay.
the
have to
sell
hold it.
signal.
Yeah, hold it until the sell signal. Everyone is different. Everyone is different. Okay.
Because
Everyone
it's
is.
been, yeah, sorry, because it's been like 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
and I only got like $7 profit now.
Yeah, 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 and that's fine, right? You notice, right? You notice, he's not focused on, he was focused on making money at the beginning.
Okay.
It was all about making money, and now he's focused. Well, Solomon, what's your focus now?
Small accounts do the process.
Small accounts process. Small
Yeah, and
accounts.
I'll be honest, like with the Aussie and the New Zealand, when he gave us buy signal on Tuesday, on with the 0.3, it went maybe like $60, $50, and I was still, and it went back to like $5 the next, middle of the night, next day, and I understood, like, when it comes to trading too, it takes time. They need to get what I call it, harder market order to fill, the position so it can go. Yeah, the market is ready, but it's not just gonna go in one day. You give it a little time to move. But if you can be patient, even when you execute a trade, I figured that any trader is ready that is ready to move. Even though it gives the buy signal, you want to give it like 2 to 3 days, then you see it's really move. You know, especially in scalper. So if you execute the trade today and you want it to, you know, thinking like you said, $100 that same day. Nah, it takes time for for the markets to kind of gather, the order so that and fill them in, and all the traders, just like the US 30 and the NAS. So if you remember, when it gave the buy signal on the 60th since early this week, and it was consolidated so bad. Like, but when it shot out, I think shot out like Wednesday. But my account wasn't healthy for that, so I just stayed away. I wasn't trying to be greedy. But when I saw it was still going to make that move and continue today with the because the NAS had a 240 buy signal since yesterday, you know, and I think it spiked up today.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, if the NAS is moving, definitely the US 30 will still have more move to go. So, and I put it like a zero 0.5 on that one, and it was just like maybe 40 pips or 45 pips. That was like 600. And NAS, I did like just a little size, maybe like 200, 300 or so. And I was just racking them up little bit, like by little bit. But also with the scalper, and I started with the 0.30, and I was like maybe like a hundred or couple $100 profit. I started looking for buy signals on the smaller time frame too. That's another thing, like the 5 minutes, and I just plot it with like a 0.20. When I get like a 60 until it gives me the sell signal, when I get like $60, I close them. I did that for the Aussie, then the New Zealand. I bought like two positions or three, and that was it. That's what was able to grow it. I look for a little smaller time frame inside those trade, and just so I don't over babysit the trade. You know, so and I just go with that signal. I did one for the 5 minutes on the Aussie, then for the New Zealand, I just bought two positions and I let it run because I'd looked at the daily, and it was white candle going to green. So I knew it had a lot of potential. So I was like, I'm not even gonna look at that one. Then I was nursing the other trades. And early Monday, Tuesday, even though I was like up $200, it came back to like freaking maybe $90, the third day too, but I stayed in the position because I was still like, it can just go up. And that's why you see the candles, even though they spike up, they will still have, they get to a level that we have to consolidate before we have the yellow, the yellow support and resistance and breaks out, So I know it's not just gonna go straight. You just have to be patient with the trade, then it will do itself when it's ready. You just have to have like a couple days patience, you know.
Listen to how he talks now, right? You're a pro now.
Trying.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, yeah.
I love it because we almost cried together, didn't we? We came close to crying. Right? That was a
Yeah.
tough time, right? Tough time. All right. But you went back to work. Okay. So Mary, a tip, Lois, a tip, go to work. I always tell our traders, do the work, do the work, do the work. It takes work. All right. Everyone has their own way. All right. Now, Mary, you have your way. That way might work, could work for you, right? Could work for you. All right. Just learn. That's why we do these success stories, right? Learn from everyone. Okay. I'm always available. But the traders, you guys can learn so much from them. Okay. Do not be afraid of hitting your bottom. Do not be afraid of getting to your bottom. All right. Every one of our success stories, everyone had a bottom, right? It wasn't always the same. It was all different, right? Different bottoms, but that's where you learn. That's where you grow. All right. What you don't want to do, if you really want to be a trader, you cannot give up, because if you give up, you will never figure it out. All right.
Right.
Are you happy, Suleman, that you didn't give up?
Yep. And
You're
I'm a little
happy
bit more confident, and I'm more confident right now in the process.
in the process. So you
Yeah.
think you
And
can
also
take,
another advantage I've taken on Forex too was the rotation. That's why I double sized too, if that makes sense. Like, because I know the Asian markets was gonna move because of, the futures, like the yens and the the New Zealand is
Kiwi?
Kiwi, right?
Yes,
Yeah, and the
yes,
Kiwi pairs.
yes.
So like, as all of them are blue, so I know money is gonna be distributed evenly to every pair. I just wanted to, I just make sure that I looked for the one that, had a clean chart, clean markdown. So I took advantage to the charts too, the rotation that was in factor, and
But you were ready,
yeah,
right? You were ready. You weren't trading
you're right.
heavy, right?
No,
You weren't gambling. You were actually trading. So you were ready, right? You were ready for the move.
right.
You've done the work, right?
Yeah,
You use a small account, and you knew that you could scale up, right? Get to
right.
a larger amount to trade the US 30, the NAS 100, to now build the account even further. $200 to $2,500 is amazing. That is
Thank you, sir.
absolutely amazing. That's great. You don't have to show me your trades. I know, right, that your trading was just spectacular. Okay. But that's not unusual to do that. All right. Because what you can do that again, right? Yes, we
Right.
had some help. We had some help with the market, right? You had some help with the market. All right.
Yeah.
You can do that again. All right. And now think what type of trader you are now. Think of the type of trader you are now. The type of trader that takes $200 and turn it into 25 is the type of trader that we all want to be, right? Because if you can take $200, turn it to 2,500, you can take 2,000, not now, right? You got to build up to that. You can turn that to $25,000. All right. That's amazing skill
Hmm.
to have. All right.
Yes, sir.
So keep working on that. All right. Keep working on that. Small amount. You might want to take 200 next time. Hey, $300. Let's see what we can do with $300 or $400. Take that capital, take that $2,500 that you made, right? Take $300-400 of that, put the rest away. Put the rest away. Don't trade that. Okay. I know you know to do it. I don't have to tell you that. You know to do
No.
that. You've been there, done that. Great job. I've been waiting so long to do this success story with you. I've been waiting. You made me wait too long. But you
apologize.
know, you're doing it on your time. You're doing it on your time. Okay. And everyone else, all right, I want to do the work. So one day, right, we're talking about your success, all right? Your success. Now, success doesn't always have to mean monetary, right? In trading, we do measure it by results, right? But it's not always, it could be just a breakthrough, okay? In your thinking and in your process, okay? Good job, Suleman. Good job.
Take care.
Good job. Good job. Good job in overcoming what was a tough period. Yeah, it was a tough period, right? And I saw you, we were right there together, right? Right there together, and look at you now. Look at you now. All right, look at you now. Amazing. So celebrate, take the weekend, celebrate. All right, whatever you do to celebrate, you deserve it. All right, you deserve it. All right, good job. And you also help other traders, right? Even you always here, you're always helpful, you always share, all right? And just thank you for that, okay? All right, all right. Good job, good job, good job.
No more greed. No more greed.
No more greed. No more greed and no more fear. No more fear, no more greed. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Good job.
Thanks,
good job. Enjoy the success. Enjoy your success.
Appreciate that, sir.
You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. All right, everyone. All right. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Mr. Lewis. Thanks, Miss Mary.
I'll see you, Suleman.
All right. Bye, guys.
Sure.
Take care. Good
Thank
job.
you. Thank you for those
Bye.
lessons.
Yes, sir.
Your story one day, we hope.
Yes, Mary. You next, Mary. Take your time, though. Take your time. Okay. Bye, guys.
Right.
Okay.
Bye, sir. Thank you.